Ever since I've been doing this podcast, I've been really delving deep into John 5. And I've been looking at it from different angles, from different traditions, reading in different versions of the Bible, and also other literature in the Jewish canon, as if you will. And one thing that I keep coming back to was, why didn't he have enough inner fortitude, inner strength, inner vision to do something for himself? Why wasn't it possible for him to figure out, hey, no one's helping me, no one's probably coming. Why don't I try something different? Rather than sitting here dwelling in disappointment, sitting here dwelling in fear, possibly that I might die like this, sitting here dwelling in a lack of compassion by anyone. The angel wouldn't come out the pool to help him, nor would anyone voluntarily allow him to skip. They had their own goals, their own visions, their own dreams of being healed. And he sat there 38 years. And I'm wondering why. Then something hit me today. Um, the issue wasn't necessarily the lack of the outer, but it was an inner conflict. Something within himself was disconnected from reality. Something within himself didn't have the strength to go beyond what he did. I'm recording this on Sunday, April 19th, but I'm releasing this on April 20th. And I had a whole nother subject planned to discuss, a whole nother revelation that I wanted to tie into this journey of being whole. But I was interrupted by some news in northern Louisiana. For those of you who don't know, I live in South Louisiana. In Shreveport, Louisiana, which is up north, 8 children was killed today. Um, and as if that couldn't get any worse than what it is, their father killed them and attempted to kill their mother. And this question of the inner conflict keeps arising within me. I want to read something. I normally do a proverb a day or try to tie in the wisdom from Solomon to that day. So I'm going to read a proverb from Proverbs 20 and verse 9. Who can say, I have made my heart clean? I am pure from my sin. That's very important because all of us assume, but most of us rather assume, we are okay. Many of us assume that the issues I do have are simply in a nice, neat pile that is known to me over here to my left. But to my right is everything I've figured out, I have worked out, I'm able to maintain, keep under control. And that's really the whole premise of this podcast, to show us the brilliance in the question that Jesus asked this man. Do you want to be made whole? Which suggests you don't have it all together. And there could be things, well, no, there are things within you that even you don't realize is an issue. For example, I've used this in another prior video. Your mind is on healing, but bruh, there's some mental issues there also. You want to walk, but you are unable to assimilate into culture because you've been here 38 years. You want to get up and just start living a normal life. But how do you do that when you haven't been educated, when you haven't grown and been re-educated with the current trends of society, of economics? Who's going to hire you? You're severely wanting right now. But all you see is, I can't walk. Thusly, Jesus in his compassion asked him, do you want to be made whole? Because your healing does no good if you're still spiritually bitter, mentally unwell. It does no good. And many of us, and I'm going to speak as a man, many of us haven't realized how unwell we are, how many things we're dealing with, or at least the residue that is left behind the things we have gone through and the things we are dealing with. I want to read another passage before I get into my main point. And this is what motivated this topic, if you will. It's Romans 7 and verse 18 through 25. Paul says, for I know that in me, that is, in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not. For the good that I would, I do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do. Now if I do that what I would not, is it no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me? I find then a law that when I would do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of God after the inward man. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin which is in my members. O wretched man, not that I was, that I am. Who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I thank God through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then with the mind, I myself serve the law of God, but with the flesh, the law of sin. Over the last 2 weeks, we have been bombarded in the news by the killings of our black women. We have been assaulted with news that we are once again trending up towards a problem that culture and society says that's third world issues. In a civilized society, we don't have those issues. Well, here's a stat for you. Over the last few weeks, really the last few years, every day 137 women and girls are killed by intimate partners or family members. 137 women every single day. That's worldwide. Although all are not men, most are by us men. What is it? What is it that affords men the thought, not the action, but the thought of, I am going to take someone out? That's bad enough, but let's go further. Not only take someone out, but take out a person that I claim to love. What affords us that thought? And then what gives us the bravery and the go ahead to commit the action? Could it be that there are two twins in us that we fail to realize is there? I'm noticing a deep trend with young men turning to, well, men in general, because I spoke with someone who's actually older than me, who quoted a red pill commentator. There's a sense of finding my place again. These twins, one is finding myself and identifying with myself, and the other is finding my place in the world. And these twins are battling out. And naturally, if we aren't regulated mentally or spiritually, it becomes then a war between our flesh or our outer man and our inward man. And I'm noticing this because I watch a lot of red pill commentary because I want to see what is it about this idea of masked chauvinism, this idea of toxic stoicism, this idea of putting people beneath you in order to win. What is it that is attracting a lot of our men? Red pill it comes from the matrix. It comes from the idea of see things for how they really are. See things for what they are and not living in this fantasy world or living in this Lulu land, if you will. But the issue I have with a lot of this red pill is we're assuming that a lot of our men are emotionally and mentally stable enough to receive these advices, if you will, and filter out the toxicity and keep what's good. And I'm noticing a lot of times these men are not able to. So what happens? We see our women as property, as less than. We see the next person as someone who is to be conquered and lorded over, not someone who is an equal or not someone who is to be loved and respected. We see this idea that you have no outlets. Get to the money, get to the next level, hustle up, work harder, grind harder. And there's no place for stopping and saying, I'm not okay. That's the first thing we have to admit, a lot of us. We are not okay. Now, I'm not for this sit in the corner and cry as a man either. But there has to be a balance of saying, I am not okay, and I'm going to get up and stop not being okay. Remember, wholeness comes with work. Jesus didn't say to the man, if you want to be whole, just sit there and I do all the work. No. He said, if you want to be whole, take up your bed first. Show me something. Show me that you want to be better. And then walk. Move away from here. Paul reminds us, inside me is the tendency, the things that I was taught not to do, the things that I know is wrong, the things that I know is beneath my character, beneath my morality, is now the most convenient thing to do. The things that I find myself not wanting to be, I am now being. What is wrong with me? What is the solution? Where can I find respite from this? As much as I'm all about building a business, building a brand, I work 70, 80 hours a week. So I know the hustle. Money won't do it, bruh. Money won't do it, ma'am. Another degree won't do it. Another house, another trip to Mexico or to Brazil or to Spain won't do it. A better spouse won't do it. Another relationship won't do it. A finer woman, another man won't do it. Because what it is we fail to realize we're trying to fill a hole with natural things, But the whole itself is a spiritual whole. There is only one thing, one person that can save us from this wretched despair, and that's Christ. You can become a CEO. You can get on your 1 year man journey. You can listen to all the red pill. You can have your woman in submission and in line. Your kids can sing your praises, and you'll still be unhappy. Because we are trying to figure something out that is not meant to be figured out with these natural things of this world. All of us have parts in our lives where we are unwhole. And wholeness means complete. Holiness and wholeness are simpatico. They're one. I must be one. I must be one in this. I must be whole, complete. I must have total adjustment to this. And a lot of us have a residue of things, and we don't realize it until it's too late. I want to call the names of the victims out. Dr. Serena Windsor Fairfax, killed by her former lieutenant governor husband. Nancy Bowen, a Florida vice mayor, found dead in Florida. 8 beautiful kids today killed in Louisiana. Tabitha Jones, 28-year-old, killed in her Dallas home in a dispute with her mother. And just along this April now, we've had several other black women who were killed by partners and family members, including Pastor Tammy McCullum, Ashley Robinson, Qualisha Barnes, Devonta Curtis, Barbara Deer, and Ashanti Allen. We have another one, Mirtha Sanchez Teran, killed in Florida. I wanted to bring up their names to show that this is not a class issue. This is not a socioeconomic barrier, or there is not a socioeconomic barrier that prevents us from getting here. It's a heart issue. It's a mental issue. But above all, it's a spiritual issue. I'm begging all of us. Our mental health, our spiritual health is our responsibility. Just like the man in John 5, his life and them 38 years was his responsibility. Our life, our wholeness, our ability to move forward is our responsibility. No one else's. Before you hurt someone else, before you bleed on someone else, before you cause someone else to go through trauma, you owe it to yourself first and to them to seek help now. At this point, I don't care what the issue was with that man today in North Louisiana. I don't care what the former lieutenant governor was going through. I don't care what their mother in Texas was going through. I don't care what the person in Florida was going through. We have people who are literally dead, harmed, never to return because of the unwholeness, because of the pain of others. You have an ally. We have an ally. His name is Jesus. We have someone who understands and who's willing to do the work with us. But here's the key word: do the work with us. All of us are a little messed up on the inside. I'll speak for myself. I know I am. But here's my resolution. Number one, I love Joshua too much to continue to stay in this place and to continue not to live out my possibilities. But even if I didn't, even if I was lazy when it came to myself, I have to love people around me more to say, if I can't help you, I doggone sure won't hurt you. That man sat there 38 years because of what was not inside of him. These men and women who caused this great harm in the last 3 weeks did this because of what was inside of them and what was not in them. We should every day, before we look at our outside appearance, our bank accounts, our jobs, our careers, our degrees, our walls, what we have, look on the inside. What am I missing? What is it that's keeping me from being whole? When you think certain thoughts that you know are not normal, that's a sign there's a crack somewhere. When you have emotional issues, when you have mental irregulation, when your feelings, when you interpret things a certain way, that's your sign. When the pressures of this world get to you at a certain level, that's your sign. Don't wait until you are fighting the urge not to be harmful or do harm. No. When you notice things are not right in the beginning, when you're under stress and pressure, that's our sign. Let's not judge this man too harshly in John 5. It's easy to say he should have found a better way in year 1, but many of us are on year 38s, our own year 38s, and still sitting there, getting worse and worse and worse. But I leave you with this. Jesus now is passing by, and he's asking us, will you be made whole? And beloved, your answer is so important. Your family depends on it. Your environment depends on it. Your community depends on it. And your destiny depends on it. What will you say? We'll speak later. Rest in peace to all those who were untimely killed. I'm so sorry this happened to you. May this never happen again to anyone else.